So, are we live?
Looks like it.
Okay, great. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to the second semi-final of the Speedgaming Live 2024 Mystic Quest Randomizer Tournament. My name is T, and I'm joined with Atelier today for this awesome match. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Definitely excited to see this the turnout of this match, and if need be, the match after, to see who ends up facing Farfaloo in the finals.
We have we have our quests already online, and for today's match, we will have Katie and Ruben as our companions. Let's go over the quest really quickly because the race will start in a minute. Katie has defeat 2 mini bosses, clear mine battlefield, visit the temple of light, visit the box in the light temple. So the first two are pretty fast usually. 2 mini bosses you can use Squid Tide and Crab for that, for example. Light Temple needs both the Claw and the Mobius Crest, so that's a bit more difficult. And as Force Quest, defeat Ghidra. And for Ruben, we have visit the summit of Volcano and save 1 crystal. And these are the 2 very easy quests for him. And then to collect 25 sky fragments, that's also pretty free because it's just 1 more than the bare minimum. And clear 14 battlefields. So what do you make out of this?
To be honest, I would probably go with Ruben as my partner for it. One, because at level 3, level 34, rank 3, he ends up getting the white spell, and that is an amazing damage-dealing spell. And on top of that, all of the quests for him are really decent. The only one being out of the way, a little bit out of the way, is the 14 battlefields.
And I think we're off. So let's see what we will get here soon. We start with Room and Steel Sword, and we already have Firebird from the get-go. I couldn't see what the vendor has in store.
Dragon Claw.
Dragon Claw, oh, that's a big one, but not necessarily needed for immediate progress. We also have the quest battlefield right away, so that might be interesting. And Foresta too, so we can switch to Katie if we want to. Let's see if anyone goes for the mine battlefield here. Sand coin.
Yep, grabbing that sand coin out of the cure chest in Foresta. That's really nice. It'll open up the next area.
And we see that Artea is skipping. And he's watching what's happening there. And says, well, that's not... Or does he? Well, he takes the money battlefield first. That only has 1 fight. That's reasonable. Just grab some XP.
I think that Artea may have looked over to see if there were anything specifically claw related over there, and maybe hoping to grab that in case they needed it.
What's also possible, but Artea doesn't go for it, would be doing both money battlefields. Maybe we'd see that from... Oh, he got enough. He got enough from Hataks with the first one, it seems. No, he just goes for seats. Okay. I didn't see how much. It was 300. So
it was 300.
Yeah. And Excalibur and Focus Tower. The other thing what I would maybe have done is clearing both money battlefields, go for the Dragon Claw, and then try to clear the mine battlefield with the Dragon Claw and Rooms attacks to get Kaylee on the second gear, so to say. And that will help a lot with these upcoming fights because she gets Arrow at level 15 already, and that's usually a big help, especially in the Aquarius section.
Well, that right there is kind of a kick in the teeth. You go to the vendor, and they have wake water.
Yeah, that's...
Why couldn't you just walk outside to the plant and use the wake water? Come on.
Well, greedy vendors.
Very greedy.
All the capitalists are online here.
Ooh, bombs off Spencer.
Yeah, that's nice. So,
with that Dragon Claw, if they decide to go back for it, that automatically puts Wintry Cave as a possibility.
Yeah, Wintry Cave is online. We just need Phoebe, maybe for the second item. So probably our runners will try to look for that Libra Temple and a way to get there first before checking Wintry Cave.
And they do have access into Ice Pyramid. They could go fully through as soon as they pick up that Dragon Claw.
Yeah, so Ice Pyramid is also on fully in logic with that. That means also the next progression could be behind Ice Golem, and that would be not the easiest fight actually, because we only have a Ruben level 1 or tier 1 and Benjamin, a low-level Benjamin with an Excalibur so far.
Mm. Pulling Meteor out of that free chest. And Artea just dipping after that.
Well, let's see where he goes. There's another item battlefield up there, or did he do that already? No. Yeah. Goes for the item battlefield. Safe, yeah. And yeah, that's...
And Hataks has not grabbed their bombs yet, it does not look like. I don't believe they have gone down to Spencer, so...
I think that was a Hadoomerang from the Scorpion there, so that makes this battlefield actually pretty difficult. So there are two attacks that you actually don't want to see on these battlefield enemies if they get a turn, and that's one's Hadoomerang and the other one is Sky Attack from Pazuzu. Because these are high damage AoE attacks that at low levels one-shot or two-shot your units, and it's not fun fighting these battlefields like that.
Yeah, those are way too strong for attacks right now.
He's pulling through. Hataks is pulling through. Artea opts out.
Hopefully that battlefield isn't something that they really need. But Artea may be picking up a few battles elsewhere to get enough health on both so that they can push through.
So the logic, there's also a thing with these battlefields. So if you face two enemies on the battlefield encounter, the battlefield encounter has a super high chance of being an unexpected attack. For some reason it's only at two enemies. It's at 1 and at 3 you have a much lower chance for that, but at 2 you nearly every time get an unexpected attack unless you are way faster than the enemies. And so on this battlefield you can get two Scorpions which have the nasty attack, so if you roll into this formation and they are mean to you, then it's really painful.
Crab not being too nice.
Yeah.
300 and then 600.
Ouch, the 600 attack is really dangerous because it one-shots Ruben too. Yeah, like that. Oop. Plucked out my wire from the headphone. Yeah, this crab fight might be not possible for Artea, and that would be really bad for him because he already opted out of the battlefield, and which had the Gaia armor, by the way. So very nice find. Also, we're getting a Thunder spell in the level forest, and he takes the fight to get out of here. Okay, wants some additional experience, or is too lazy to walk around. Yeah, he opts out, and yeah, this is really unfortunate for Artea because he had to opt out of 2 item checks so far, which puts him quite a bit behind. Unfortunately.
But picking up that Thunder Spell, not really the greatest, but
yeah,
that's one more check out of the way.
Yeah. And we have the Venus key in the Focus Tower, in the back end of Focus Tower, so that's a fun one.
That's going to be great, because that's going to make it so that Artea can check the Venus key check right here. Right off, having bombs already. Getting
Hataks.
Flare. Oh.
And that helps a lot with these fights now.
So Artea right now probably might want to go get that Dragon Claw so that they can go through and finalize Ice Pyramid.
I would say that would be a decent play. Hataks also picked up his Flare spell, and
Hataks will be picking up his Flare spell. He hadn't gotten bombs yet.
Oh, he didn't have bombs. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So he's gonna backtrack, or he's gonna end up backtracking to get that.
I see. But it's still advantageous for him because Artea has to get to spend it twice, unfortunately, because there's a Sun Coin and he will probably need that. Because well, Windia could be down there, so he could get a warp around it, but it's a bit of additional time loss, and yeah, maybe he can delay it a bit further so he can do it when he has the exit spell, so he skips a bit of the time loss there, but yeah.
Maybe. There are 3 more checks to do in Ice Pyramid. Who knows? Exit might be one of them.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, that'll make that trek just that much nicer.
Alright, we get another battlefield here, and Hataks is duping some seats here on the very weak first battlefield of the game in the vanilla game. So even though there are 2 enemies, he doesn't get unexpected attacks there. That's really nice. And now he decides to have enough and clears it. And well, it seems this mine battlefield also is not too nice, because we have the nice Quake spell from the sorcerers out of Pazuzu's Tower. So there are several Quake attacks in the game, and most of them are pretty weak, but this one is insanely strong for no reason at all.
Yeah, I think the only other attack that Quake-wise that really does a lot of damage is Quake Axe off Dark King.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Dark King attacks, obviously these are not in the pool for the normal enemies, and these are all super strong, so 400 damage plus attacks through the way, and also unaffected by the stats of the user. So if you use flag set that has Dark King attacks in normal pools, then yeah, these hurt. These always hurt, even on the weakest enemy. And we get the Tristram. So Tristram is on its way to the Bone Dungeon. Will get us 2 items in total. 1 he gives us in the Bone Dungeon and 1 afterwards in Fireberg. And we have the Libera Temple too. So every nice routing is behind the Sun Coin, unfortunately for Artea. Also Pazuzu's Tower and another mini dungeon. It's the Volcano.
Very unfortunate for Artea. Double checking their money just before going in and finding out that they were only at 300.
Oh, shit.
So going to have to take down this battlefield in order to afford that Dragon Claw.
Yeah. And both of our runners actually are still on tier 1. So 12 minutes in the run. Ruben had the Summit of Volcano. That's what we will be seeing here. It's a Vindia volcano. So these fog screens are actually pretty dangerous. Thing with these with the flag set here is that dependent on where the dungeon is located on the world map, the normal enemies of this dungeon will change. And if your dungeon is located in the Vindia area, you will get not only all enemies out of the pool of the Vindia area and the Vindia dungeon, but also out of the Doom Fortress. That's another gimmick, I would say. So you can get Phantoms and Cerberus packs here, and those are really strong, especially at this low level. But Hataks made it through. Meanwhile, Artea is still struggling with the battlefield, unfortunately. These desert attacks also roll pretty high, it seems, and had some nasty attacks. And now we go to the mine battlefield, which is also not the nicest thing. Oh no, a 300 fire attack. Yeah, he should just attack through. Meanwhile, Hataks already in Bone Dungeon.
Yeah, having pushed Tristram, so gets that check as well. Only giving a Knight Sword.
Yeah.
But
the good thing for... Yeah?
But that also opens up the Firebird check, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Tristram is really important to activate as soon as you can. And that's why it's so unfortunate, because it's blocked by the Sun Point so far. Also, the nice thing for Hataks is that he could level up Ruben just once with visiting the summit of Volcano, and now Ruben has a high enough level to one-shot the Flameless Rex here with the life spell, so there won't be any problems with that.
As long as Ruben doesn't miss the first attack.
Yeah.
Megas out of Quake Chest.
Oh, that is really... I have to say, this race is going out of Artea's hands with every minute, unfortunately. Oh, he misclicked. That's so painful. Survive. Oh, and Ruben dies.
Wow.
No, Hataks, poor guy. So at this point, he should just stop attacking. So that's basically I can call it a speedrun move. So if your partner dies and you don't have life spell, which is in the vanilla speedrun the standard, you just go onto the run away button instead of attacking him. So you at least save Benjamin's attack animations while you wait for the boss to kill you. And yeah, it was really unfortunate. But it happens. One missed input, and then yeah, it's gonna happen.
But quite unfortunate, but finally landing that properly gets Ruben to 23. Only one more level, and that'll be pretty much right at the end.
So that was his second very easy quest, save one crystal. So now he can either do a lot of battlefields, which I doubt he will, or he just collects the sky fragments and one additional one, 25 instead of 24, and then we will get next and probably final tier for him of Ruben. And yeah, it's looking really good for Hataks right now. Artea is still struggling to get these battlefields done. At this point, it will take a miracle, but miracles can actually happen in this randomizer. So we are not in go mode yet, and as long as we are not...
Captain's Cap came off that battlefield.
Yeah.
So not only did they get a level for their partner, but also one of go mode items.
So he switches to Kaylee now. That's not the best, the worst idea. Also, Hataks decides not to go into the mine right away. I would say mine might be a decent check at this point, but he goes for the battlefields first, which is also pretty reasonable.
Yeah, having Ruben, especially at a decent enough level, going into mines would be a pretty good idea. You could either take down Jin, or if you so wish, you could end up just using those megas for the Jin skip.
Yeah. You used up all your bombs with that, so we will have to see if he wants to do that or just fight him real quickly. Since he has Meteor, the fight won't last that long. Also checks all the fragment and goes away.
Lava Dome sitting right in Lava Dome spot.
Vanilla
It's like
Lava
Artea
Dome.
finally getting that Dragon Claw.
So we still have some items we need for Go mode. So we have the Rank Claw, it's 2 items we need. Still need. So Dragon Claw and Megas, we already know where we get those, and also we have the Captain's Cap. So we still need Mobius Crest and the Thunder Rock.
Now we get to see.
So this is a really tricky formation there for Hataks, because these chickens are both resistant to fire and to earth attacks, because they're flying and they are fire chickens. So yeah, giving him a bit of trouble, but Benjamin, even though he's confused, gets the job done. And we get a nice wintry dip from Artea, maybe one of our important items. Especially the Mobius Crest would help him out immensely here. Meanwhile, Hataks is still moving around. Oh, he doesn't have the claw yet. That's why he didn't go into the mine. He never bought the claw.
True. That's right.
Yeah. So he can't check anything. You can't do any of the checks besides... No, even the 2 chests that you can enter the cave 4 are behind the wall, claw wall. So you can't do anything in the mine actually without the claw. And yeah, this formation actually can be cleared with the flare spell. And he does so, yeah. And we have a squid fight for it, yeah.
Aegis Shield in the Moonhelm chest.
That's wow.
A pretty nice line.
That's a really nice one, and depending on how this seed develops for Artea, he might catch up, but even if he catches up, he will probably be in a position where he doesn't check this one anymore. And that would be the best case for him, actually. So, yeah. Things are going Hataks' way all the time here, it seems. So we will... And now he will he realized he just went into the mine, and then just a moment, I'm missing something. And that also happened to me once in practice, where I was somehow sure I have the Dragon Claw and went into Pazuzu's tower to clear it, and then one moment, I forgot something here.
I think that's exactly the same thing. Like, we thought that he had already picked it up.
Yeah, he also thought it.
Lit up. He must have thought the same exact thing.
Yeah. So he's back into the Forester area. He also activated Phoebe, so he can get everything out of the Wintry Cave if he likes to. Also will turn in the Tree Wither.
Now Artea going back to kill that crab.
Oh yeah. He also has something to say to this guy. Yeah, it should be fine now. Kaylee is tier 2, a bit more HP. Benjamin or Kara in this case is also leveled up a bit, and he has Flare to clear the first ads in the first turn. he adds. Oh, he goes for the arrow. So that's a pretty cool play, because most of the time Desert Attacks will have low enough HP to be one-shot by KD's arrow spell. And then, yeah.
Unfortunate. Only a steel helm out of there.
Hey, that's 5 attack. Yeah, it's like the worst thing. It's like the worst thing you can find here, unfortunately. The attack stat doesn't do anything for you. Even the charm is actually better because it gives you 5 magic. So yeah, it's really the worst piece of armor you can find. And we get another claw for Hataks in Alive Forest. And now we get...
apparently Hataks never went back for the Dragon Claw.
Did he? We have to... Didn't... No, he didn't buy it!
Oh.
What? I mean, he could have easily cleared the Desert Tech battlefield.
Yeah, but he may have...
He may have forgot it.
He may not have had enough money.
Yeah.
Or he may have just forgotten that the Dragon Claw itself was there.
I think he forgot that the vendor has it, and... Oh, that might be a big problem. And that's the door wide open for Artea to come back here.
Yeah, and Artea is going right for
the Ice Pyramid.
The rest of Ice Pyramid.
Yeah.
That could be
big. Where did the mega grenades have been? It was...
the megas were in Bone Dungeon.
Bone Dungeon, right.
Off the Quake chest.
Yeah. So he decided not to go into the windy area. He also picked up the Sun Coin and went instead for the Ice Pyramid play. So maybe we find something here we need. Also, some pieces of armor would be appreciated. We only got none of the Gaia armor and the Aegis shield so far from the good armor pieces. But yeah, if Hataks continues to clear every check before realizing that he has still the vendor open, that might be a big problem for him.
Yep.
Especially since he has, besides the Windia dungeons which are gated by the Dragon Claw, he has every other check open to him.
Who was it? There was someone in this tournament who ended up having to go through every one of their checks again.
Oh.
Because they had missed one because they thought they had already done it.
Oh no.
That was.
But I know that I have.
Yeah.
That happened in practice to me too once or twice, where you sit there, look at your tracker, at the map of your tracker, where you have clicked all the locations, and are thinking, wait a minute, what is still open? Where can I even go now? I already checked everything. At least that's what you think, and then.
Yep.
It's really bad.
That's exactly. That actually happened to me a couple days ago. I ended up messaging Wildham because I thought something had screwed up with the seed. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot this one check. Let me go check that. All right, there we go. Progression.
I really hope that doesn't happen to Hataks, and he somewhere remembers that he still has to get this one. I personally did, since it's an overworld shuffle, I wrote down the locations for the quadrants, and I also, when I had the vendor that I didn't turn in immediately, I wrote the item behind it if it's an item that might be useful. It takes a couple of seconds away from you, but it prevents at least such unfortunate things that are happening to Hataks right now.
Yeah, and apparently chat popping in saying that he didn't forget, he just did not have the money for it at that moment.
Wow, but he
So-
could have cleared the Desert Tech battlefield. He didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
But so he thinks that he just clears the dungeons and gets the money along the way. Yeah, I can see that.
Mobius.
Yeah, but Hataks is right on his way, so that won't be a big advantage for Artea. So Hataks tries to optimize his money routing here, but he will also have to get back to the Forester section just to grab it later. So that will also be a bit of time loss for him there. So yeah, Artea seems to grab some additional sky fragments here, since he has to go out of the dungeons anyways.
Yeah, unfortunate that the drop down didn't have more sky fragments. Because that's 6-7 chests.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Ghidra Thunder Rock would be pretty mean.
ah, well, that would be the great equalizer we need, actually. So the good thing about the Thunder Rock is that it can't be on the ship. Also, the nice thing always Captain's Cap on the ship, but I think most people are already then going for that, because it kinda happens too often for my taste.
Yeah, and Artea always goes to the ship. As soon as the ability pops up, they go.
Well, he just needs to collect his Mega Grenades and the Sunrock for that. So, but then he will also be in go mode. So yeah. In this case, it will be the best decision he can make. But Hataks still in the lead then, if he is aware of his Dragonclaw issue, I would say.
And with the strength that they've gotten, Artea clearing out that battlefield, it was just hard locking them.
Yeah, as I said, Kaylee is really helpful with the arrow spell early on, especially in the Aquaria section, so I kinda would have thought someone goes for the Mayan battlefield early, but it was actually a good decision, but because these enemies there were also pretty hard to not go in there right away. But sometimes they roll some nice attacks and you can just kill them with your partner. Both Kaylee and Room will one-shot these enemies here. But yeah. What was in the basement of Focus Tower?
It was Venus Shield.
It's a Venus Shield, so that's not too bad, since he doesn't have the Aegis Shield yet.
Yep.
And yeah, now he's catching up on all the stuff in the Vineyard area. Meanwhile, we get a magic ring, it seems, on a sky fragment out of level forest. It puts him to 14. And the seed is kind of progressing smoothly. We might have to also look at the Skycon fragments.
Artea going for the light chest.
That was on Kaylee. So
yeah.
We might be committing on to Kaylee at this point.
Which also means he might actually have more incentive to go kill Ghidra. 1 for the shards and 2 for that last quest for Kaylee. And the check.
And the Sunrock, according to Wildtime.
Yep.
And if anyone knows where the Sunrock is, it must be Wildtime. I mean, he made the randomizer, so he knows the logic, right?
And actually, right here, Looks like Hataks is going to do Jin Skip for us.
We are setting up for Jin Skip here. So he's clearing up his bomb count. I don't know if... yeah, he can also open the... but he can't do it after he went down. So he should have done it after clearing up the... did he already grab the item here? The chart flow item?
He has not come in here since that little mistaken one earlier.
So, because what's happening here is...
He may pick up one of the chests in here hoping for bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Don't want that. Otherwise, he won't be able to get out.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And also, I don't know if... Since he... So, did this one here override it again? Hopefully not. No. Okay. So, yeah. Can he open the door now?
Yep. Looks like it.
Ah, he just switches again. Okay. I'm not too familiar with the Jin Skip actually, so this is really interesting territory for me. But yeah, it worked out nicely for him. So we all learned how this works today. So nice showcase of the Jin Skip and how it works. So usually you can still open blocks with the bombs, even blocks that are away from you. If you are at 0 bombs, to just not block you out. That's also a feature in the vanilla games to not just block you out of dungeons if you are running out of bombs in fights. So and when you then go when you then are at 0 bombs and do another world map move or field map move, then for some reason that overrides the wall bombing. And by going with the elevator, he just put the elevator instead of the wall bombing there, and then walks at a specific tile, and then yeah, can use an elevator from there. And that's the Jin Skip. Right behind the Jin. So we get to see...
Ooh, Hermit giving life. That is a nice safety net right there.
Yeah, but that Atea will get that too.
Oh yeah.
He will have to go to Windia anyways, so when he will be there, he will also go for this check. So we are seeing Medusa fight cleared out. That's no problem with this player spell, and we get Vanilla Mask.
Unfortunate.
So, this Hataks getting his strength claw now. It seems the answer is yes. Does he have enough money now, or does he still need to do the battlefield? He still does the battlefield, or not? Or yes?
I don't know.
He doesn't know either. Alright. It seems...
Oh, checking Tristram too for the Cupid locket. Nice.
Yeah. And also he has room stat, so basically 2 checks and save by Cupid locket and Giant Axe. So Giant Axe not too helpful here. And he is short 5 gold.
Is he short 5 gold?
He is short 5 gold.
There's the multi-key.
Hey. Alright, we have this tower, yeah.
If you're short 5 gold, just kill that guy right there.
He will probably go for the squid fight and get the 9 gold there. Or is it even 18? I think it's 18 already. Yeah, it's 18 gold there. So that should be enough, and he picks up another chart. Here he's 19 now, so his shard count looks pretty good. I like to go with at least 22 into the ship, and because usually 2 are on the ship. That's pretty common, sometimes more. In rare case, double fight before it's squid time. He will definitely have enough gold now.
Yep. But we also know he's only going to end up with Quake from that, so yeah.
But he can buy the Dragonfall.
Exactly. That's the alternative part to it. Gemini Crest, and what was the other one? Apollo Helm.
Yeah. So that's helpful at least a bit for Artea, because we didn't find the Moon Helm so far. Okay, going very safely into this fight there. Another Sky Fragment, 14.
Unfortunately, Artea unable to lock in Pazuzu in case needed because no axe yet.
Oh, he doesn't even have the axe.
Yep.
And he doesn't even free Norma, so that's a big no-go. Oh no, Artea. That's bad karma. I'm sorry. That doesn't help you either. Meanwhile, Hataks coming out of the Wintry Cave with a bag full of money, and yeah, he remembers there's something he needs to do here.
Finally getting the axe.
Oh yeah. And finally getting the Dragon Claw.
Yeah, Hataks finally getting Dragon Claw.
So this is a big catch-up play, what Artea is doing right now. The Bone Dungeon. Getting Mega Grenades here. Yeah, and from there he will probably also go for the mine, go for the 2 checks in Levidome, and then he should be somewhat on par again. Let's see what Hataks gets done in the meantime.
I think honestly at this point, the only thing that Artea is missing is going to be the Thunder Rock, because picking up Mega Grenades right here.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. But you expect him to do mine and Levidome afterwards still, so he will lose that time, and that will be the time I think that Hataks will be ahead. And if Hataks doesn't find anything during that time, what Artea will use up now for these pretty obvious checks, then we have an open race again.
Yeah. So even with that hang-up, we're actually getting pretty close to evened back out.
Yep.
Which is very nice to see.
Yeah, smart fella. Definitely, it's not the hardest game to pick up, so it's really a really fun randomizer. It's really decently easy to get into, so I can just recommend it. Really fun.
Yeah, especially with the quality of life improvements that were added in. The movement speed being essentially double of what it normally was is very nice. You don't have to watch Benjamin's sprite take 1 step every second.
Oh yeah, I'm going back to vanilla speedrunning right now, and I did a single attempt last night, and it was really it's so insanely slow when you're coming from the randomizer and play vanilla again. It's really painfully slow.
Artea, good job not just mashing through.
Oh yeah, that's one of my specialties.
Didn't accidentally buy the underrated axe for 300, saving him for seeds later.
And getting his life spell, so...
There's life, yeah.
And
Life
yeah,
is
Hataks goes for the check Atea already did on the volcano with the Medusa fight. And yeah, it should be a comparable amount of time he will need for that one. So I think we are merging back together with both runners, and then I don't think we will be that far away.
Yeah, the only things really. Oh, and there's the moon helm.
Ah, it was on this battlefield.
Yeah, off the other.
So probably Wildtime, I think Hataks should have it, right? Yeah, Hataks should have it. He definitely cleared the one fight item battlefield. Can't imagine him not doing that.
No.
No, he didn't?
He only did the one that gave where is it? The tree wither.
Wow, is he a magician or something? Wow, that's really. Faflu says he has it. Yeah. Mm.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah. I can't imagine a world where you don't go for this battlefield. It's not a hard battlefield at this point, and there's no reason not to check it.
Yeah. And Hataks being the good guy, saving Norma, sending her back home.
Getting all the karma he needs. Alright, as we predicted, Atea going for the Levidome checks. We also didn't see an exit spell so far.
No.
It's also, really, we are 45 minutes in, nearly, and we don't have exit yet, and we basically checked everything. What's open? Ghidra, Pazuzu, Galdahan, and... that's it?
Hydra.
And Hydra, yeah.
We have not killed Hydra yet.
So the 4 big bosses are left, and that's it?
Actually, hold on. Where...
Wait, we didn't check the Mobius chest. The vanilla Mobius chest.
We can't.
Yeah, right, we don't have the Sun Rock. Right, so...
Yep.
These the 4 big bosses are left. Wait a second. Did anyone check Libera Temple yet?
I don't think anybody's checked...
They forgot about the Libera Temple because... Or maybe Hataks didn't.
Have they... I could have missed this, but have they done the free check in Alive Forest?
Yeah.
The Giant's Axe chest?
At least Hataks did it.
I know he went there, but I didn't notice if he actually got any.
I don't think he would miss that one. Because, again, there's no reason not to do it. Oh, so Atea at least opts out of the Winter Cave.
Oh, it was a dud chest. Okay.
That was a dud. Okay, so no, at least Hataks knows that there won't be a dud in the game anymore. It's also nice to know if you think about committing to any of the bigger boss fights. Also, Hataks has the Golden Skeleton battlefield, or
Sculptures.
or Small Area Windia battlefield, as it's called officially. And they die to 1 flare, so that's nice. We also have the oozes on this battlefield, which have auto-reflect on them, so there the Mega Grenades will be necessary, and Hataks doesn't have any. Unfortunately. I don't think he picked up a grenade chest. Nope. So he has... If they roll high enough on he got bailed out with the HP roll, so if they have a vanilla HP value way over 700, so they can roll up to that.
Always nice to see those be nice to you.
Yeah, they pop from one attack, so it's kind of fine. So this battlefield can be a bit annoying if these enemies roll pretty high. They are also pretty fast, still giving unexpected attacks to attack. And Artea not doing Jin skip and going for a fight mano a mano, as we say.
But once that's done, yes, there is a Benjamin sprite. I believe it comes in 3 different colors. But once they get through, they'll be able to have the Aryan check back in Fireberg, which we found out was actually, where is it?
At least nothing really important.
Yeah, it must
because in terms of gear for Dark King, both runners are fully equipped. So they just everything, nothing else matters. Just Sunrock, and then boom, beeline to Dark King. No more pickups of anything. Well, besides probably the sea chest right before the fight, because both runners are running on a pretty low seed count, which is pretty common in this flag set. And then you pick it up in case you die once to the Dark King fight.
Getting all of the seeds.
And just as I said, Hataks stocks up a bit, but yeah, as it looks, he will probably need a couple more in his quest of looking for the Sunrock. Maybe he does the liver check now.
True, they still have to do
No, he just turned an elixir. It's the noble armor.
Artea deciding to check the all of the spots in forest.
Well, the first tree house is free. It's right at the entrance. The other are blocked by a lot of trees, actually. So,
Oh, it was the cat claw. That's right.
yeah, it's a cat claw. No. Yeah, right. And he doesn't even bother checking the tree, the first room of tree for sky fragments.
Yeah, only needs 4 more. Hataks being down to just
you have
one.
already been here, Artea. So there's not. You might want to go to Mount Gale. That might be the big play, but he goes for the easier one, which is reasonable. Doing the other hand now might be the big brain game-winning play he could do. But he has still room with him, and room is also only tier 2 so far for him. So I think his route is doing the Minotaur now, then going back to Forester, turning in the elixir and grabbing Kaylee. Or picking up Kaylee again.
That is basically how it's done. You have to have mega grenades, you have to have 0 on your bomb count, and you have to have ridden one of the elevators. You go up behind onto the next platform behind where Jin's area is. Move over twice, and as you're moving upward from that spot, you hit the action button. It'll use the elevator animation and bring you down. Do it again. It'll move you right to the spot before the door, and you can walk in. After that, that's Jin skip. Deal with what you need to there. Go back through, hit it again, and you skip Jin completely without having to worry about using exit.
Yeah. And Artea did the Libra check. I don't think Hataks already did it, and it was only Blizzard spell. So unfortunately, that big brain play didn't pay off. So I guess he will be picking up Kaylee now. Meanwhile, yeah, there she is. And meanwhile, Hataks goes for the first of the 4 big bosses, and it's the Hydra for him.
So now I am curious, are they going to stick with Kaylee because of her, because of how much better she is for auto strats, or are they going to go for Ruben for that extra white?
I don't think he levels up Ruben anymore. I think he's committed to Kaylee. And, yeah. I mean, he could, it's not that hard to get Ruben to tier 3 again, but I think he's committed to Kaylee. Otherwise, he wouldn't have traded her off.
True.
Or traded her in, to say it better. And he also goes for the...
Interesting.
Hydra fight.
Hataks must have grabbed that 25th Sky Fragment, because Ruben is level 34.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lavadome is a good place for that. Probably the most brown chests in the game. And yeah, you get a lot of charts usually there.
Oh yeah, tree, what was it? Tree, Lava Dome, and then there was one more. Was it Ice Palace?
No, I would say Ice Pyramid. Pazuza's Tower also has a few, but not as much. Ice Pyramid has a lot in the basement, has in the drop-down room, there are a ton. Actually, also in the top room, there are also quite a lot of brown chests. They are just split up pretty quite a lot, or quite heavily, but yeah. And now we see moment of truth for Hataks.
If this is Thunder Rock,
then he has a nice lead, but nothing more, I would say, because Artea is right on his tracks.
Oh yeah.
And I would say it's not more than one ducking wipe. So we still have that.
It was white.
Just white. So it will probably... The decider will be the route after the Lavadome here.
And there we go. Artea now has all of their fragments.
Yeah, so... he doesn't need to pick up an additional one, but I think it was along the way here. But yeah, it saves a couple of seconds not to pick this, having to pick up an additional one. Maybe I didn't see it, Hataks had to go a bit out of his way, so he catches up a bit with that. But his ducking fight might be a bit slower. I said might because if ducking rolls into a petrification move then and petrifies Ruben all over again, then you might not die from that, because Benjamin can't be petrified, but you lose a lot of time just having to heal Ruben all the time.
Hataks is was definitely having some pathing issues there.
Yeah, I think that was the last one for Hataks. So yeah, saved a couple of seconds here. Artea not having to go for 25. And yeah, that's Dullahan now for you. And yeah, Artea might be in center.
Oh. That was a lot of damage.
That's not nice. So we have the vanilla sleep attack actually. Yeah.
I mean, if Dullahan wants to be such a nice guy and keep trying to put Benjamin to sleep.
Oh yeah, that we can. Hataks definitely can live with that one.
Artea, like, what, maybe 1 or 2 hits away.
Yeah, I don't think
Same
Hydra
for
had
Hataks.
anything dangerous here, so pretty...
Getting
fine.
fire. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's...
Now I'm pretty sure that just leaves Pazuzu and
Pazuzu and Ghidra.
Ghidra.
Yeah. And yeah, a life force is right around the corner here, so it will be Ghidra.
I would not be surprised seeing Artea do the exact same thing here.
And unfortunately that's not a good thing for him. If he just goes the same way Hataks goes, he will just be stay pretty much the same amount of time behind him. Maybe he gets a bit faster fight, even though his Dullahan fight was pretty fast after a few hiccups at the start. So... And the setup for Dark King is pretty good in this case here for Hataks, so unless Dark King is really, really painful, then he should be fine.
Yeah.
Ouch! That's a pile driver crit. For Artea. 1.1k. And we... Oh, that's not looking good.
Yeah, not at all. Unfortunate.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this fight is done.
Yeah. Hataks over there, hoping that there was another pathway, it looked like, but now you have to fight this guy.
What's the pathway blocked by another enemy, or I didn't see it?
It was blocked by the Mint, I think it was.
Oh yeah, okay. So, Ghidra. Ghidra can be as much as of a jerk as our good friend Dullahan. Especially if you go in with Ruben, because Ruben deals a bit less damage than Kaylee here. The arrow spell is actually stronger than the white spell if it's super effective on the same magic set, and Kaylee even has more magic than Ruben, and we also get a nice crit here. But Ruben can get that at least. So both Ghidra and Dullahan try their best to stop our runners here.
Gee.
Even though we are at a pretty high level and really well equipped, they are putting up a fight.
But Artea finally finishing that off. Gonna pull fire, say screw that, going back to the save. That was not worth the time.
And since he just saves out. That's cool. That's a good play. He should definitely do that for Ghidra. For his Ghidra check. Because you save a lot of time. But he has a quest on Ghidra. I could see that's why he won't.
Yeah, with Kaylee getting 41 off that, it may not do too much for the damage and all that, but that extra help is definitely going to be liked.
And the speed. Kaylee is the fastest partner in the game. And if she goes to level 41, then she's basically guaranteed to outspeed the Dark King. Dark King has to roll really high to outspeed Kaylee at level 41.
And Thunder Rock was Ghidra.
So yeah.
Wildham calling it.
As I said, he's the man. He knows this. He knows the stuff. He knows how this logic works.
It's almost like he made the game.
So, Hataks is basically this trip to Ghidra ahead of Artea, and that should be probably, let's say, one Dark King wipe. So if he wipes the Dark King, we will be even. If he doesn't, he will win.
And Artea doing the crawl off the edge of that.
Yeah, he went for the speedrun route, but unfortunately there was an enemy in the way that isn't there in the speedrun or in the vanilla game, so he had to fight a couple of worms there, but it was a kind of fast fight, so he lost like 6 seconds or so, not too big of a deal.
Oh! Going all the way around to avoid that fight.
And so he will probably make up a couple of seconds here, because of the high movement speed. That's actually worth it. And now he saves, okay. Don't know about that one, but okay, go. Yeah.
That is right. That was something that was removed from the randomizer. You do actually have to fully fight the Dark King.
Yeah. And the also the cure sheets wouldn't. You can't predict how you have to set it up because the HP value of the Dark King is random, and you have to hit a certain threshold with your magic stat, with the cure of the partner, and with the HP of the Dark King. You have to get that. All these amounts have to mix up right together to be able to cure kill him. Otherwise, you may be able to take away a good chunk of his HP with one cure, but otherwise, if you are not set up correctly on these values, then the cure glitch won't work any further than that. Because there's actually another randomizer, the original Mystic Quest randomizer, Abyssonym, created a really long time ago, I think 8 years or so ago. Which is just a story randomizer, not an open world one like this one. And there you can cure glitch the Dark King, but as I just said, it's really pure luck if it works or not, because of the random HP value and magic stat value.
Oh, had to teleport to and back and all that, gotcha. Hataks finally making their way into...
Meanwhile, Artea is struggling a bit with the Ghidra fight, unfortunately.
Ooh. Unfortunate.
Hataks being blocked a bit by some enemies on the ships.
Could have gone to that next walk down area and avoided this fight altogether.
And the Lamias have Doom Dance as they are guaranteed first to turn move. That's also fun. So these Lamia enemies usually in vanilla always use Sleep Lure in their first turn. They are scripted for that. So if the Sleep Lure is replaced by another move, then they will always use that move in their first turn. And in this case, it's Doom Dance, which since they look pretty fast, it might be an issue for Artea later when he decides to fight this one.
Hataks opening that, probably hoping a little bit that it might be exit.
Yeah, he tried to avoid the backtrack here, and yeah, that's a good play and good thought process there. Meanwhile, Artea picking up his Thunder Rock, so yeah, it's just they're just that far away from each other that basically that one tree was it, so we'll see what Dark King has in store for us.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. These are the last 2 checks we have. And we have the Mobius Crest check. That one wasn't open too.
That's true.
Yeah. So Hatea has to hope that Dark King is really strong here and gives us a bit of trouble. Otherwise, if it's a free Dark King, then yeah. It will be still a close race or close finish because he's not that far off. But yeah.
Yeah, I believe only like 2 minutes off.
Yeah.
At this point, but
2 to 3 minutes probably. Yeah.
Depending on how bad Dark King is, that can be shortened significantly.
Yeah. One Dark King wipe is in the last phase is like 5 to 6 minutes. So.
Oh, just like we mentioned earlier, or just like was mentioned earlier, when you don't have any bombs, there is a little feature in the game where you can still use bombs without the animation going off. It will still blow up anything that is within range.
Yeah, it even works with the mega grenades for faraway blocks or scouts, like in Doom Fortress.
As long as they're within the, I think it's 5 blocks for mega grenade throwing.
4 or 5 blocks, yeah. Or types, yeah. Meanwhile, we're already in the second phase of Dark King for Hataks. So far, no problem. So, first phase is nice, but first phase doesn't matter as much. Second phase also looks pretty nice. And now, but that first 2 phases you can live with hard attacks because these go by usually pretty fast, and we get a big pumpkin. That fight it out. And that he will. And we get a 1k crit, so that could be a problem. 1k crits are not what you want to see.
No.
It might not be a crit even, it might be a multi-hit attack that rolls high. And if that's the usual roll, then GG. And we get a confusion too, so there's room.
Dark King just being a jerk today.
There's definitely room for madness here. Yeah, that's a 6. How is it called? But yeah, it's an attack with this, up to 6 hits, and Dark King usually maxes out. I think the amount of hits is also relying on the level somehow, and Dark King has an insanely high level, so he will most of the time max out these attacks. Also, he has a 580 move, so a bit nicer. Boo boo, he says.
Having some status effects in there that
that's a confusion.
Allows you to target, or allows him to target Benjamin. That'll be great. The only one you don't really want to see is insta death.
Yeah, and so far we didn't see that. Yeah, confusion on room could be bad, but it looks pretty nice now. After he started.
And there we go. Hataks just finishing up.
And Hataks gets it done, yeah. GG. That's our second finalist. Congratulations to Hataks. Really clean race from him. Really clean race from him. Very well played. I would say the only questionable thing I saw was not getting the rank claw earlier, but yeah, You can argue for the one option or the other with the battlefield right next to it. Otherwise, super clean gameplay, very crisp routing, well-deserved winner. Let's see if he can join us. Meanwhile, Hatea still finishes his king fight, goes into the second phase. And as we expected, of course, KD with him.
Yeah,
and the good thing about KD is that
auto.
Yeah, if you go for KD, you go for auto, because there's not much difference between her X attack and the meteor spell. And I would say he can just leave her on auto. Of course, she will do. Yeah, it's KD. She might throw in an arrow spell too, and you don't want to see that. So maybe manually attack with the X. Not too bad. Okay.
Look like we may have.
Also, this is a really fast stack. Oh, nice. Here's Hataks. Congratulations. What a race. GG.
Hello, GG's.
Wow.
That was not a fun Thunder Rock.
Wild Ham over there in the chat, calling it out way before.
Yeah, he predicted it like 30 minutes ago, so yeah, you can thank him for that.
I want to thank him for putting it on Ghidorah at least, and not Pazuzu.
Yeah, that's that. So he was feeling generous today. Going into the last checks, how did you feel? What was your feeling? What was your gut telling you? Did you feel ahead? Did you feel behind? What was going through your mind?
So I did a bunch of early game routing that didn't make a lot of sense. Like, I got the tree wither, and then I forgot where level forest was, and so I went to a live forest instead. Got a claw. So I had claw and bomb, so I went to pyramid. Got the Mobius crest, felt really good. Finally found level forest, did all of that stuff, and then we got to the last checks, and I think I was at the world map in the Firebird region, and I just had to like stare at it for a little while to figure out what my sequence was gonna be. And then I just said, all right, Pazuzu's tower is far away, and everything else I can route if I go to Lava Dome first. That opens the back path to Aquaria region, which then gives me Mount Gale and Giant Tree. And if it's behind Pazuzu, I lose. But I knew that all the checks were valid because I already got the seeds from Mom.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable actually. And also Pazuzu is the longest fight of these 4 boss fights that were open at this point. So it would have been a bold play, I would say, to go for Pazuzu first, but it kind of worked out. And it was a reasonable route, definitely. You had us worried for some time because we thought you forgot to buy the Dragon Claw at some point. But meanwhile, Hatea finishes GG to him. Really good race from him too. So what was your reasoning putting the Dragon Claw that late into your routing?
I forgot it was there.
We were right. We were
right.
Yeah, we were debating whether you forgot it or not, and Wildtime said no, he didn't forget. He just didn't have the money. All right.
I mean, it was that too. I forgot it was there, and then I kind of remembered, and then I realized that's when I did the check, and I was like, oh, I don't have any money, so that's why I went to Wintry, fearing, well, we'll take Squidite, and then we'll come back, and I'll have the cash to get the claw.
Ah, yeah, I see. But yeah, you didn't lose anything because of that, because yeah, the Dranklord dungeons, the Vineyard dungeons, were not giving too much. Besides the Sunrock, which was on one of the checks that you usually route pretty late into your route, and so yeah, it didn't matter that much. Atea went actually with Kaylee. So what made you decide for Ruben looking at these quests?
He carried me for pretty much the entire seed, sort of, and I was like, I thought, I mean, I could have gotten back for Kaylee, but I wanted the extra firepower going into Dark King.
Yeah, I see that. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because even though you have to manually set up curing with Ruben, if Dark King was gonna at least have like status effects to spam on Ben, and I was fully kitted, I figured that's a few extra whites. Maybe that's 1 to 2 less turns I have to deal with in phase 3 and 4. What am I saying? All the phases suck. Never mind.
yeah. Atea will setting up his mic, so he will join us very soon, hopefully, so we can hear from him what he thought. So,
Yep.
Atelier, any more questions to Hataks?
How do you feel about you facing Farflu in the
I hope
finals?
to give him honestly, I hope to give him a better game than I did last year. I think we met up in round 1 of the tournament last year, and it wasn't close.
Well, I think you played a really good game today, and I think that should be a good foundation for a great final we will have. Also, congratulations to a really good tournament for our second place finisher today, Atea. GG.
Thank you.
Atea, it was, I think, your first tournament. So you made it to the semifinal. I think that's still a really nice success. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I performed during that tournament. It was indeed my first. I'm the kind of people that just stresses out a lot on tournaments. I did 1 or 2 Super Metroid tournaments before because I'm kind of comfortable with that game as well. But I wasn't sure I wanted to go into the SGL, but then I really liked the flag set for this year's SGL, and when I was comparing myself with other people, I thought, yeah, I think I could give some nice competition there, so I decided to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I think you did a great show here. I mean, it didn't work out today. Your thoughts on the seed?
I felt behind all the seed because of my abstinence, because of my fix. I really wanted to get that Kylie 2 as soon as possible. So after getting a little levels, but not enough, and quite some better firepower, I went to go into the mine battlefield, and I stayed there. I'm pretty sure that's what actually cost me the race. At the same time, once I was in, I didn't really know any good other options to level up Kylie easily. There was the Spencer check that I did fade because I had already done 1, and hands up that it was the Sun Coin. And when I went back to Aquaria and did that, I got the Sun Coin, and I was like, okay, that's even worse than what I was imagining. So yeah, I really felt behind all the seed, but at the same time, I had in mind that maybe Hataks would have as much trouble as I did have as well. So I kept going for density instead of going for the weird plays. Probably that going Ghidorah would have helped a ton, because since it was a Kylie quest, I was sure that Hataks would have done it. But then I just saw in the game that he finished with Ruben, so yeah, it's the kind of situation where you try to play a little meta and it doesn't end up doing well. Lava Dome was a nice pathing. The Lava Dome to Mount Gale to 3. And I didn't have Pazuzu locked either, since I had no axe when I went there. So Pazuzu was really not appealing. I just went with I think the same path as Hataks did.
So, yeah, a lot of that actually we heard already from Hatak. So you kind of were on the same route once you got your early game sorted out. Hataks was just a bit more efficient with that one. You had to opt out from Crab, I think it was, and another item battlefield in Aquaria section. Yeah, it was basically the same, a lot of the same route, just you being a couple of minutes behind him. So, looking back at the tournament, how was it? How was the experience? Will you be with us next year?
Oh, the tournament was super nice. People were also super nice. Really nice community. I'm happy to have participated in. Whether or not I will participate next year, I would say if it was today, the next tournament, I would opt in. But at the same time, I don't know where I'll be next year and what I'll be doing at that point, so we'll see. But if I'm in a situation that is kind of similar to this year, it's pretty sure that I'll be in as well.
That's really nice to hear. So, I think this wraps it up for today. We had a great race. GG's to both runners, Hataks and Artea. Hataks will move on to the final that will take place in the upcoming week. Artea, unfortunately, the journey ends here. And so we give you the last words. First Hataks and then Artea.
Well, GG's, Artea. Thanks very much for always pushing me to play a lot harder and just route better. I was definitely scared going into this one. And coming up with definitely some of the more meta ideas, I think that a lot of the runners adopted for this tournament. And definitely looking forward to the final against Farflu and hoping I can put on a good show this time.
Yep. And for my closing comments, I want to thank Hataks for the great games that he had with me for the great races. It was a lot of fun. Also, all the opponents that I had for the tournament, and I want to have a special shout out for Wildam for doing the randomizer and having it as nice and running as it is. And I also want to give a pretty big shout out to all the comp teams, all the SGL, and as well to Chanigan, to Hebbings, and to all them again for the organization of that tourney. It was really great fun. So hopefully we can just keep talking on the Discord. And best of luck to you, Hataks, for the finals.
All right, that's it. Artea, want to wrap it up?
Sure. I'll also mention to Speedgaming, Wildham, Hebbings, and Chanigan. Thank you, and thank all of you for coming and joining us for this journey through this tournament. And we will look forward to seeing the finals between Hataks and Farfelu very soon.